Hey, it's Steve. This week, week 5, you're going to be working with your partner to process your mucking around from last week on scarcity. And through that processing, try and come up with some excellent questions about scarcity that address both the politics and the science of the issue. And then from that list of 3 questions that you're ultimately going to come up with, pick one that really seems to be the best, that captures the essence of the dilemmas involving scarcity, and come up with a hypothesis or an educated guess. Now in Kaku, which is the Web 2.0 tool you're going to be using, you're going to be basically creating kind of flowcharts or Venn diagrams or some kind of visual organizer to help you process and organize your mucking around. And then from that kind of map of your research, generate some questions that flow from them. Now, what makes an excellent question? Well, really, for digging deeper and trying to get at the essence of any issue or question that you're wrestling with, the question you want to focus on should be an open-ended question that really gets you to weigh the evidence. So they shouldn't be questions that are yes or no questions. Is scarcity a bad thing? Should we be addressing scarcity? Right? Those are not very good questions. They might be interesting on some level or important, but they're not really good open-ended questions that you can wrestle with. You don't want to have questions that are descriptive or ask you to be descriptive in responding. What are the different resources that are affected by scarcity today? That would get you to say things like water and energy, etc. We really want you to sort of analyze and weigh the evidence, synthesize it, so that you come up with some sort of deep understanding. A good way to start an open-ended question that's really going to get at the breadth of an issue and the depth of it will often start with, to what extent? To what extent, if we were dealing with, say, bird flu and the dangers of a pandemic, we might say something like, to what extent is avian flu or bird flu a clear and present danger for the United States and other countries? That would get you to look at what we know about bird flu so far, and where is it, and what kind of a preparation have we made for it, and if we could respond to it, would we be able to either prevent it from spreading or treat it successfully? Get you to weigh all that different evidence. So you want questions like that. So starting off your questions with to what extent will usually get you to a good place. And then it's just a matter of how do you craft the rest of the question so that you're going to get the really important parts of the dilemma that you're looking at, in this case scarcity, and hopefully get at both the science and the policy or politics of it. In terms of your hypothesis, you want to weigh the evidence that you've got so far. Now, you only have a certain segment of evidence from mucking around. You've got sort of the general lay of the land. But from that, you want to make an educated guess. So you're going to weigh the evidence. You're going to, in this case, look at the map or flow chart that you've created in Kaku and try to use that to generate an intelligent, thoughtful answer that, if you had the time and resources to dig deeper, you could gather more evidence and then weigh that evidence and see if you were right or not. So that's what we're asking you to do in the first part of this unit, which is finishing up our work on scarcity. Again, as always, if you have any questions or concerns about what we're asking you to do, run into any problems, fire off an email to Bob and me, and we can help you out. Thanks.